We don't hold back here. We don't hold back here. But we'll definitely try to hear from him a couple more segments. So let us know about your music. So do you have an EP coming out, or is it one in the making?
I just released the EP actually October 28th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You are. Oh, word. What's happening, world? I am your boy, Rich Uncle Stello, aka Stello Ain't Shit, or however you want to flip it. And this is Weird Radio. Today, I am joined by the beautiful Big Mama Ama.
Oh, I thank you. Hello, everybody.
In lieu of her husband not being here because he's a hardworking individual.
Yes, he is. I'm not mad. We out there making some money so we can pay these bills.
Oh, yeah. Hey, straight up.
That's what life is about. So, unfortunately, your regular host couldn't make it.
Yeah, but we got it. And what makes today even more special is that I have no clue what we're going to talk about. So we're just going
we came up with a few things. What did we say? We were going to talk a little bit about the games.
Preseason football.
Yes, I love football. I really do. I haven't watched it as much since getting married to Kenyon. For whatever reason, we just don't spend a whole lot of time. But I think it's mostly because his team is the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
So they never play Falcons up here. So he's not interested in watching anybody else's team play, really. Occasionally, I'll make him watch the Jags because that's my team.
Go Ravens.
Right.
But
Ravens. I did wear my purple today because they won last night.
Yeah, we did. It was like 19-22, I believe, or 21, something like that.
So y'all rookies are looking real good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the preseason games is it's amateur hour.
Yeah, it was. So. I think the one receiver for the Cowboys' son dislocated his elbow.
Yes,
that was wicked.
That is one of the things that scares me the most about the whole preseason. Like you've got these guys out here. It's their first time playing against other real professionals because there's a difference between playing on the college level and playing as a professional. Because when you're playing on the college level, the majority of the people you're playing against are also amateurish and young and really are just learning to play the game. Yep. But now you've graduated from actually, let me get some topics from that. From college, and now you're entering a league where there are people who have been there 5, 7, 10, 12, and 15 years. And that's a lot of catching up. And that's a lot of experience and know-how that you are only just beginning to stand at the buffet line to scoop onto your plate, right? So it's always interesting to me to see the risks that people take, because that's the thing about professional sports is one injury and that's it. That could be it for the rest of your life. You will never play again. Yeah. And I guess as an actor, there is very little you can do that will incapacitate you. I can always act. If I am paraplegic, I just got to find a part that they're willing to cast a paraplegic for. Because one of the things about acting, when you are analyzing a script, there are a few writers who will require a specific kind of person, but most characters, as long as the actor makes the character likable, they don't have a requirement on their physical look. There are a few things here and there. But like James Bond is a fictional character. No one says he has to be a white guy, except that it's always just been a white guy. Yeah. So the one thing it does say is that he's English because he works for MI6. Yep. So you have to pick an Englishman. Does not necessarily have to be a white guy.
Is this about the whole Idris Elba thing?
Well, I mean, that's just the first thing that popped up into my mind, because that is one of the prime examples. The other one I have is the Harry Potter, when they cast the black girl to play Hermione in she wrote a play, or someone wrote a play about the world of Harry Potter, and then they cast this young black girl to play Hermione. Well, the only description, J.K. Rowling came out, she goes, well, the only description I ever gave was that she had very curly hair.
Yeah.
That could have been a little black girl. So I just, the illustrator drew that. So I went with that. I'm not an artist. What do I know? Right. And it's whatever. That's a whole nother show and topic. I don't want to talk about that. So we're talking about football. So I really enjoy because I was about to go off on equality. No, none of that today. So I haven't watched as much football as I used to. My dad is a huge fan. We used to do predictions. When I say I used to watch football, I mean I used to watch football. Yeah. I have picked more than one winning season. So
right on.
Yes.
My mother's a huge football fan. She's like the biggest Ravens fan I've ever met. I think for the last 3 Christmases straight, all she wanted was Ravens stuff. And now I'm honestly running out of ideas of stuff to get her because she has every Ravens thing you could possibly think of. She has a hand soap dispenser.
So at this point in your life, you are a certain kind of adult, right? Mm-hmm. You should get her tickets to games. That's the only thing you have left.
I'm working on that. Shits ain't cheap.
No, they're not.
Nosebleeds are not enjoyable. I understand it will be a ticket and the experience would still be appreciated, but I wouldn't want nosebleed seat tickets, so I wouldn't do that to my mother. She means more to me than that. But I'm working on it. And we're about to go to a break in about a minute. So if you're out there listening, give us a call at 410-702-5657 or text us. Words to 443-642-9403. Or you can check us out on YouTube. Just type in Be Exposed Radio. See what pops up. You just might find us. We're streaming live right now.
Happy Baltimore Fashion Week, you guys.
Baltimore Fashion Week, yeah. Right on.
That's the point of me filling it out if you just gonna leave it in here. Well, somebody made me fill it out and you gave it back. Why did I fill it out? We'll be right back.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, we're back. We're black and we're beautiful, right?
Hey.
This is Weird Radio. Everybody is really dope. I am Stello Ain't Shit, and I have my buddy, Big Mama Ama, with me today.
What's up? Friends of friends, pals of pals, buddies sleep together. Friend. All right. So we are good. This is my thing. That's my thing.
You got to tell me that again.
Yes. Friends are friends, pals are pals, but buddies sleep together.
I got to remember that. I'm going to start calling a bunch of bitches my buddy. Hey, buddy. What's up, buddy?
So you telling everybody to be your business. It's all good. Though, ain't it? See, that's one of the. I am definitely a words person,
Mhm.
so I listen very carefully when people speak. I try to hear what they are saying. More importantly, I try to figure out what they're not saying, and I tend to word choice. Some people don't pay attention, but word choice is very important. And it tells you a lot about a person. It tells you where their mind is. It tells you the kind of stuff that they like, that they're into. So, you'll get people who use sports analogies. Well, obviously they're very athletic. They have a very sports minded kind of way of looking at things, like Hannibal Buress, when he talks about finding out that a friend of his was in an abusive relationship. And she'd been in an abusive relationship for 17 years. And he was like, damn, she been getting her ass whooped for all of Kobe Bryant's career. Like, really? That?
God, I hate him.
What? He is so funny. Okay. So that's my thing. So I'm always, no. I use that word specifically for a reason. Follow me now.
I didn't know.
But the Olympics is huge.
Yeah.
There have been two women of color.
Oh yeah.
I believe one is Brazilian. I don't think she's an American girl. The girl who won the nope, she's an American. She's a Somalian American. Ha ha ha. And she won the gold medal. Miss let me see if I can pronounce this. Ilhan Omar, Somalian American woman, made history by winning the primary election. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading something else. This isn't what I thought it was. Okay, I'm sorry. No, okay. So I don't know what the girl's name is, but there was a young black girl who won a gold medal for. I thought that was in here. I was just reading about her.
There was
medal.
one for swimming and one for
which is
gymnast, I believe.
huge.
I think she was the first
gymnast. The
she won,
gymnast.
the swimming one. She was the first black woman in history to do it. That shit is tight.
That's super huge.
That's tight,
it's
man.
super, super huge. It's such a big deal for a lot of different reasons. So of course you've always got the stereotype black people don't swim. Well, obviously that's not true, right? But one of my favorite movies was Introducing Dorothy Dandridge.
Mm-hmm.
And in that movie they famously tell the story of her a bit of discrimination that she ran into. So she was staying at one of Miami's more prestigious hotels, but it's still 1940 something. She's still a black woman. So she's not allowed to go out the front door. She's not allowed to use the front door. She has to use all the employee entrances, exits, blase squad. They told her she couldn't go to the pool. She said, bump that. She put on her bathing suit because she's fine. Good God. And she went to the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone got upset. Oh, I can't believe this black woman is here. Why is she here? She didn't get in the pool. She realized everybody was upset. And she's like, okay, I won't stay here and continue to make you uncomfortable, but I will remind you that I am a human being. And she dipped her toe in the pool and kicked the water out. And they drained the pool.
Yeah, because black people
and scrubbed it.
Yeah, they're filthy.
So for NBC to choose to skip showing her receiving her medal, they may have thought not a big deal. Swimming is not that. Well, first of all, with Michael Phelps coming from America and being the most decorated Olympian of all time, swimming has a whole new importance.
Yeah.
So that's first of all. Second, so don't you can try and give me that excuse that swimming isn't that popular, so we skip to something else. Meh.
Yeah.
But as the news network that has signed up to be the only ones who get to talk about what happens at the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
you should make damn well sure you highlight every historical moment, no matter how insignificant you may think it is.
Oh, come
because
on.
it is highly significant to somebody else.
I mean, but it's, it's their way, whatever, their road. They do what they want.
Marginalization, pushing us to the side.
I hate race relations more than anybody. Let's just be real. That's all it was. Oh, a nigger won? Fuck it. Let's talk about
moving
this
something
over
there.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
Moving to something. And it wasn't
It is what it is.
gymnastics or track and field. Because those are the only places we're allowed to shine. Right?
Oh, yeah. Because, niggas is strong. Whatever.
And basketball. We got to make sure we bring home the gold.
They can't overlook that.
The dream team has to win.
Listen, the Americans have the best basketball team, hands down.
Always.
Them
every
big
year.
Black dudes, they just run shit.
I think in my lifetime, I think there's only once where America didn't bring home the gold. Only once.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think that may have been one of the years Michael Jordan didn't go. When he passed on letting.
I want to say the Russians did us in or something like that.
I feel like it was the Russians or Italians. I can't remember which. I'm not that good.
It's all good though, because we can count on one hand how many times we done got our asses handed to us, and we don't even need to use all 5 of them fingers.
Nah, ain't that
or
true.
4 and 1 thumb, but whatever. What about your boy Trump? I know you.
Yeah.
Said
So
his name.
where I work, there are televisions on 24 hours a day.
Yep.
So, and then of course we always show CNN because
why not, right?
Right. So you've got Trump up there and he says, "Oh," or this may not have been today. This may have been a couple days ago. He says that Obama is the founder of ISIS.
And Crooked Hillary is the co-founder.
So, couple things.
Mm-hmm.
ISIS came as a result of us coming in and removing the powers that be that were already there.
Uh-huh.
That happened not under this administration, but the previous administration, correct?
Yes.
So if we're going to say that somebody created them and it was America's fault, I think that it should be tagged to the president who was in charge at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was his choice.
Or the actual problem at hand. I love the Huffington Post, by the way.
Yes, Huffington
I do.
Post.
I read that shit every single day. And actually, they put up an article earlier today where Trump retracted his statement. He said it was sarcasm, but fuck him. That's not the point. I read an article many moons ago where Bin Laden, to me, it's his fault that ISIS is what they are because he wanted them to wait. He wanted everybody in whatever. That's not Al Qaeda. I guess that's what their group is. Yeah, them fools. But he wanted everybody to wait and grow so they can make their big movement. But ISIS is a small group of radicals that just branched off. They were like, "Fuck waiting. We want to get it now." That's how that came about. The whole Obama thing. He's just being Trump. Like, a guy's a dick. And if you vote for him, I don't judge people on the way they vote or anything like that, but at the same time, you got to be a real stupid person to follow behind a man who speaks so ignorant. He's blatant with it.
Right.
And that shows the state of America. Well, the people that actually follow him.
Right. There is one of the things that I find that I think
put your phone away. Put your phone away.
I love the people on my feed. What can I say? So one of the things that I find most interesting about this whole Trump situation, because for me, there's a bigger issue. Mm-hmm. For me, the bigger issue is that there are way too many people who are ignorant to the way to how politics actually should work, that they think that this man knows what he's doing. And the reality is there is so much more subtlety and so much more intricacies to the red tape of politics. You can't go in with a club. You can't. You have to go in with a pair of surgical scissors. Like, you can't.
It's a delicate situation.
It's very delicate. I think that it speaks to a lack of education of the people in general.
Yeah.
I know I didn't get my first lesson in how foreign bodies that were not Eastern European govern their countries. Okay. So I learned that in college. You should know that in middle school. You should understand at 12 and 13, because you are old enough to begin to understand everything ain't fair, the world ain't right. Yeah. And at some point I'm going to have to make some really hard decisions. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, you can still have a childhood, but you need to understand there's some shit coming.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that if we're going to fix this problem, if we're going to fix it, this is my solution. I'm a very solution-oriented individual. I don't like just complaining. If we're really going to fix the problem that has made Trump almost said Bible. Made Trump a candidate.
Yeah.
We have to begin to really educate our children on political systems, not just ours, but all the different political systems of the world and the things that actually work under those political systems, because not everything inside this system works. Not everything inside their system works. Because we live in the information, everything I need to know in the world, I carry it around with me everywhere.
Yeah.
So because we have access to information like that, there's no reason why we can't begin to share. You know what? This is what we did with our government. This is how it worked. I think you all should implement that. And with us being with America and the great experiment that is the democracy, or our attempt at an experiment in democracy, because we very quickly changed to a republic without anybody really realizing what happened. We are that country that should be able to take it, to assimilate new things immediately and implement them and see the benefits of them. But that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, not too many people like us though, so our word isn't really.
We like peace, and no one likes peace. There's no money in peace.
Well, we like peace, but we don't look like it. Our fucking defense budget is higher than it's how many countries is it? I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of countries combined. Their shit doesn't even touch ours.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's
the
ridiculous.
Next country is like hundreds of millions of dollars less.
Yeah, but we strapped to the teeth. But we love peace. We promote peace with big ass guns, America.
Right. Right. So that's the other thing is I personally believe that once you begin to understand because how many people know that there was a gun ban in Australia? Do you know there are a lot of people who don't even know about the massacre? I'm trying to think. Queen's Island massacre, I think it was, where some 300 people were shot and killed by a crazy man, and then he turned the gun and killed himself.
Jesus.
And that is what led Australia to say, okay, you know what? We think you guys should give us your guns. And they were like, yeah, you're right. We probably should just give these up. Yeah. So we don't have to go through that because somebody else already did.
Yeah.
But America is so narrow-minded. We have such limited access to like, you can go and look it up on your phone, but why am I not learning about this in school? Especially if I'm in a political science class. Like, why aren't we talking about things that are actual solutions? I've been in social studies since I was 5. Since the 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd grade. 3rd grade is the year social that you do studies. The state. You do all the states. And you go through and you find out what state it is and its capital is.
We learned this dumbass song. It was the states in alphabetical order: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut. Like, oh my god!
My brother learned it. I did not. I was so.
That was the dumbest shit ever. But
there were some things I refused to assimilate. That was one of them. I refuse to say. I don't know the capitals. I don't know. It's Sacramento. Oh, some West. I don't know.
West Coast, right?
Right. Somewhere. It's over there. I don't know. Sand. It says sand. It's over there. Okay. So what you really begin to learn about America as a country. It's wholly just a lack of education. You have systematically removed all of the real information from the books, told the teachers they're not allowed to teach what's not in the books.
Yeah.
And then you're mad that a bunch of people want to vote in this crazy man.
Yeah.
And now, and what I don't understand, where I'm stuck. Where are we?
I was about to say,
we're about to take a break.
Going to do that.
We'll come right back, and then I will talk about what I don't understand. Then we'll move into what I remember to talk about next. I wrote it down somewhere. We'll find it. We'll be back. This is Nate Couser.
Do you want to promote your business? Do you want to get yourself noticed? Well then, why not sponsor us? There are lots of different options to choose from commercial spots and on-air shoutouts to interviews and even putting your logo on our website. Don't miss these great opportunities to get noticed. Check out our sponsorship packages on our Facebook page or on our website, beexposedradio.com.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it. You don't do anything but think about it. What are we going to do if we lose the house? Where are we going to go?
At work.
I can't let anybody find out. I'm so embarrassed.
At dinner.
How can I tell the kids? It's going to wreck their lives.
And at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get through this. What's going to happen to us?
It's time to stop thinking. It's time to start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options.
I'm all alone.
No, you're not. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. And now there are more ways to help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
In the forest, can you see this? And this. And this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
I didn't know it could do that!
Because one trip to the forest can spark a world of difference.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, canoeing, fishing, or camping. Or create your own adventure with family and friends, and you might just see this. Your moment's out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
This forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Brought to you by
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the radio loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the radio loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Are back.
There's no permission given in that.
Oh man, I am Stello ain't shit. I am chilling with Big Mama Ama. This is Weird Radio, where everybody is really dope. I'm sitting in right now for the host. Oops, excuse me, that was the beer. Kenyon Parson out there getting that scratch, doing his thing. My buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't keep using the word buddy. So you shouldn't have put that in my head. Man. God damn it.
That could be just my thing. It doesn't have to be yours.
No, but because you said it, it's one of those things. It actually exists because somebody believes it. It's real. Like,
oh my, that's funny. That is very funny.
But yeah, we were just having a great debate. Well, not even a debate, a great discussion about the lack of education there is about, politics.
Anything in general. There was, and this is a conversation I have with Kia, my mother-in-law, a lot. She is non-conventional. She's almost 40, and she's only held on to jobs for a short period of time. So she has learned to navigate life without money. So she's an incredibly talented and accomplished individual. She gardens, she sews, she builds, she's very, very talented and can learn anything. Mm-hmm. And she and I were having this discussion because so medical science, the idea of medical science was conceptualized in Egypt. Uh-huh. Outside of Egypt, really wasn't a whole lot of medical science going on. Okay. And then what got us to Egypt was the medicine man, the witch doctor, the voodoo man, whatever you want to call him. Mm-hmm. Explorers and missionaries. One of my issues with religion. Okay. Missionaries came. We're looking at what witch doctors were doing, executing things that were working. They were healing people. They were helping people, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, all of this stuff is bad. None of this is good. This is all the devil. Now we're coming back 50, 60, 70, 80, hundreds of years later. Oh, look at this herb we found that helps. But no, we've always known about that herb. Yeah. You told the witch doctor he was crazy and that we shouldn't listen to that. And for whatever reason, the rest of the world believed you because you said you were on the side of this almighty God who let you kill everybody on this continent. So I don't really know how much I like that guy, honestly. So please don't call me. I respect religion. I grew up in the church. Moving on. So
that is my favorite go-to. No, I grew up in the church. Real rap. You couldn't tell. But yeah, definitely.
I did. I don't talk.
That's why we're tight.
That's right. We've been there. So where was I? Damn it. I forgot where I was. Talking about, so they come and they say, oh, no, everything that these people are doing, these witch doctors, because it wasn't just in the continent of Africa, okay? Right. It was in it's in the continent of India, in China, and in Japan. They did the same thing there. Mm-hmm. They came there. They told the people who were practicing the native medicine, this is not good for you. This goes against all of the things that God would have us do, and you have to follow him, and he will take care of you. He is your healer, your provider, blah, 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 blah. So now we're coming back. And now we're looking at medical science and we're saying, oh, you know what? You don't need that pill because that pill is not, it's going to cure your migraine, but it's going to cause nosebleeds and your fingernails are going to fall off and you'll probably get some pimples and then you won't want to have sex. And nobody doesn't want to have sex. It's bullshit. So don't give me any pills and make me not want to have sex. I don't want none of that.
If I can't get it up, I'm going to cry.
Right. I will rather have a headache, damn it.
You can fuck through a headache. You can. Right. Trust me, you can.
Oh my God. So now they're coming back and they're realizing you have the uprise in holistic doctors, the uprise in chiropractors who are not real doctors. Mm-hmm. They haven't gone to medical school. Chiropractic is a different, chiropractitioners go through a different line. And they're not technically medical doctors, but they are holistic healers and they think about the body as a whole. And one of the differences one of the things I can respect about Eastern medicine versus Western medicine, that they were able to actually hang on to a lot of at least the ideas behind the way they practice medicine, if not all of the techniques. When you go to the doctor in China and you say, listen, my knee's been acting up. I'm getting a little clicking in it. All right, well, how often are you exercising? Okay, what do you eat? Okay, what do you do for a living? How stressful is your job? They go through these lists of things. They're thinking about how you live your life. They're thinking about the way you think each day. They're thinking about what you eat. And they say, okay, well, these are all the things that you do. We're going to say these 4 things you can keep, get rid of everything else. These are the things you need to bring into your life. You need to exercise more. You need to eat better. You need to take some time to de-stress, figure out what it is that what hobby you want to put into your life that helps you get rid of the stress. And that will then put you in a position that will allow your knee to actually heal as opposed to just getting rid of the pain, which is what we do here. What's the problem? You have pain? Here, take this pill.
Yeah.
What's the problem? You have your eyes is twitching. Here, take this pill. You know, you don't know that my eye is twitching because every Thursday I got to go out here and clean out the dumpster because the other guy who was working here last night didn't do it. And I just,
Right.
you know, so there is an awakening that's happening, albeit slowly. And I blame the internet for that slowly. But there was lack of education. That's where we were.
Right.
So there was a time when my mother is in her 60s. Okay. A lot of people's moms aren't in their 60s.
Keep talking.
Okay. My mother is in her 60s. And she talks about going to school where you had shop class, where you had home economics. And in these classes, they taught you skills that help you maintain your everyday life.
Right.
In shop class, you learn to do your own oil change. You learn to change your own brakes. You learn to change out fluids. So you didn't have to pay someone to do that. You could do it yourself.
Yeah.
Or you could get out of high school and start a job and be able to do those things. Or do them for your friends who freaking hated doing it and make a little money on the side.
Yeah.
Same thing with home economics. You learn, not only did you learn how to cook, but there were places that even, and we're starting to get back to it, but it's going very slowly. There are places where they even taught you to garden and to care for a yard so that you could grow some of the food you need to eat.
Oh, yeah.
And then they taught you to take those tomatoes and chop them up and turn them into tomato sauce, because you can make tomato sauce. You don't have to buy it from a grocery store.
Yeah.
So there has been in the government's effort to take money from other things and put into the military, because I firmly believe that that's the reality. The reality was the government decided it wanted the military to be the best thing that we did. So it took money out of everything else, out of education, out of retirement, out of Social Security, out of regulating, out of business regulation, because the FDA, the FCC, all these places are constantly losing money. FEMA, they're constantly losing money in their budgets. Each year, their budgets get smaller and smaller so that we can pump up this military. No one has ever come over here. Well, that's not true. We've had a couple of people who came over here to attack us. But when you look at the grand scheme of the world and how often it happens everywhere else, ain't nobody ever been here.
Well, yeah.
And part of it is because we got the big guy with the gun standing at the door.
Exactly.
But
got more guns than
the other side is ain't nobody going, and nobody's trying to attack Switzerland. And Switzerland does not have a big guy standing at the door with a gun. Switzerland has a country that has a government that has designed a system that put it in place that actually helps its citizens better their lives.
Yeah.
And if I can better my life, I don't feel the need to go and take something from someone else, because at some point I know I'm going to be able to achieve that thing. But when you live in a society where you aren't allowed to achieve anything, or no one ever tells you can, at some point you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go take theirs, because obviously I'm never gonna get it on my own. So we're talking about lack of education and how it has hurt us. When we used to be able to cook our own meals, there were a lot less diseases. Now we grab food from a freezer and we throw it on the stove and we heat it up, and then we wonder why everybody got cancer. You know, microwaves have only been around for and this is my thing, like the things that we have invented in the last few years, and the correlation of the number of diseases that have skyrocketed. When my mother was a kid, there weren't people who had food allergies. Food allergies, there's like one in like every 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Now every other person you meet got some, oh, I'm lactose, oh, I'm wheat and barley, I'm you know, whatever. Everyone's allergic to sugar because sugar is the worst. But anyway, it really is so bad for you. But the removing of general skills turned us into a bunch of dependent sheep. So now we go to the grocery store and we buy tomatoes instead of growing them in our yard. And then the tomatoes you're buying from the grocery store have been genetically engineered. They're not even real tomatoes. They're tomatoes somebody made in a lab and then brought to you and said, here, eat that. No. Okay. No. There, and some of the technology that was being tested and led to the invention of the GMO, growing food outside of the ground. These are all very noble endeavors. However, you have allowed chasing a dollar. You have allowed capitalism to pervert this really wonderful thing you were trying to do. You've let it come in and pervert that. You've started chasing the money. And there's very little people will do in pursuit for a dollar.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I call them the evil science because I'm a comic book girl. And there was that series of books that DC put out where all of the super scientists all went to the same college or the same university. Mm-hmm. And that concept for me is where I see Monsanto and these other companies that are messing with our food.
Yeah.
They're evil scientists. They're experimenting with people. Like you're literally, I know you want to tell me that you're only experimenting with the plant, but you can't tell me that eating this thing that is now genetically different from what I'm used to, what my body thinks it should be. Because there's a difference between a person taking a molecule and putting it together and making water and when nature does it.
Yeah.
You can always tell. Orange drink don't taste like oranges, guys. I know it does kind of, sort of, but it doesn't taste like orange juice.
Yeah.
So we have systematically dumbed ourselves down because we all agreed to it. Nobody got mad about it. Nobody stopped going to work until they changed it, right? We have systematically dumbed ourselves down. So we took out special skills. Then we took out creative thinking. We removed teaching the arts of any kind, music, visual. All of these things enhance the other things that you learn. Visual artists learn so much more. The higher level math they can understand, the better art they can produce. Because mathematics and art go together. You know that. You're a designer.
And I hate math. But the fact that it makes sense is what pisses me off. It is what it is.
You know, there are fundamentals that we no longer get. We used to do that. We used to grow our own food. We used to make our own. We knew where it came from.
Well, some of us still
and then
do.
We do.
I'm a gardener.
Some do. Oh,
well, my garden actually got ran through this year. My dad and his wife, they went to New Orleans, I think, and they were supposed to be there for a week. They ended up staying for 2 weeks because mommy hit the jackpot. Yeah, they went to a casino and she hit for 15 grand.
Oh yeah,
I ain't see a penny of it. Love you, mom.
That's okay.
But yeah, when they came back, deer had gotten to the garden because the netting that we put up was shitty because it's been the same netting that we used for 3 years. And I told him, hey, we should get some new nets, but he said no, and everything got eaten.
Because deers are the worst.
They are horrible creatures.
Yes, they are. They
worst. Taste great.
One of my favorites. You know, we love comedians. Louis C.K. talked about deer. He hates deer. He talked about a deer that he hit, and when it stopped in the street and looked at him, and he hit it, and then it broke its neck, but it was still alive. So it was just walking around, dragging its stupid head on me. It's so funny. That
Louis C.K. is that guy, man.
Gotta watch that if you ever get a chance. But yeah, no, deer are the worst. I've heard so many horror stories about them. They're like giant rats. They're rats with horns that can really hurt you.
Yeah.
You know, a regular rat ain't gonna hurt you unless you're trying to run and then you run into the street or something. But anyway. But so there is a value in knowing these things and knowing that I can take some ginger root and crush it down and throw a little cayenne pepper in it and throw it in some water and drink it. And that's going to help clear my sinuses. And I don't have to go to Walmart and buy a bottle of pills and then have to try and fight myself to stay awake because the antihistamines are causing me to be drowsy. I shouldn't be drowsy. Like, why am I? Why are you? You can drink some apple cider vinegar and be good. And,
or you could just take some downers and then take a few uppers and it.
No.
They work back and forth. It's a seesaw. You're down, then you're up. You're awake again, but then you're down, and you're right back up.
My thing. So that's just my thing. I think we need to step back and really re-educate ourselves. I was talking about. We told witch doctors and natural healers that they were evil and bad, and the world bought into that. And now we're coming back full circle where all those things they practice, that knowledge was lost and being rediscovered and then reclaimed as discovered, which is another thing, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, and we're about to go to a break in about a minute. So if you're digging the topic, or if you got something that you want to talk about, anything, everything, whatever, give us a call, 410-702-5657. Text us at 443-642-9403. Once again, check us out on YouTube. We're live right now at the very moment. This is Weird Radio. Stello ain't shit. Big Mama. We will be right back.
Come he look good on that camera.
What's going on, everybody? This is Brett, the 2016 intern here at Be Exposed Radio. I'm here to announce that the young and talented new artist Chink just dropped her new mixtape, Purple Potion, which is now available on Spinrilla and SoundCloud. If you haven't listened to it already, definitely be sure to check it out. And while you're at it, be sure to follow Chink on Instagram at Chink_OTR, and to check out True to You Entertainment's website, truetoyouentertainment.weebly.com.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician.
This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter.
For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Glad you said that.
Yeah, because you were about to light it up like a fat joint. I am. Stello ain't shit, aka Rich Uncle Stello, however you like to flip it.
Who obviously just proved that he can be shit sometimes.
What?
People like that are the people who care the most. Stello is a big teddy bear on the inside.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. There are only 2 women I've said I love you to that I actually meant it. That's my mom and my sister. Well, on the face of this earth right now.
That you want to admit that you do.
Well, the one woman that I am in love with, she's in love with somebody else, but she's crazy because he sucks. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. These are jokes, y'all. These are jokes.
No, I'm a pimp by
What is
blood,
this pimp thing?
not relation. You be Chase son, I replace son.
A lot of the time, the rotation changes. It's like, I'm
Speaking
playing.
of relationship, well, so what I was going to say actually, because we were having this conversation earlier, is that I have never been the girl somebody was immediately like, oh yeah, you, what's up? No, it's usually like after a few weeks or months of hanging out, it's like, you know what, I really like you. And it's like, yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I'm kind of awesome. It takes a little while for me to grow on you, but I am.
But
So
I've realized people
Speaking to the mic, brother.
like you. They do like you, but people can't admit to the things that they like because they are really those are the people like, man, I'm an independent thinker and you're not. You are Android like most of the other people in the world. So your decisions are based on what popular culture
what everyone else
says
feels, and
it
I
should be.
am not popular. I am not. I have never been pop culture. I am not. My friends are. I will show you some pictures of Ebony. You've met Sherika, right? Didn't you meet Sherika when she came?
I don't know. What she look
You
like?
did. Light skin with hazel eyes.
Nah, if I would have met her, I'd have been trying to get her number.
Yeah. So I no. Okay.
I would love to see that battle.
Right. You've met Sherika.
Never said I would get it. I would
I'm
try.
just saying. I'm sure you guys would have had a lot of fun, but it would have been very. much
You would have had a light-skinned, muscular man outside your window looking in.
No, I already know. 'Cause you
I got guns for shit like that.
So
he's crazy though. He looks crazy.
You know what's cool about looking crazy?
Skip.
Looking crazy is cool until never mind.
Never mind.
He's like
Moving
marine crazy,
on.
isn't he?
So my homegirls were the one I would literally get walked through. Like, oh, excuse me, I was standing here. I apologize for being in your way, brother. Let me move to the side.
That's rude as shit.
So, I've never been that. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what that looks like. I don't even.
Can I add something? When you're in any situation, you never look like you're gonna pay attention to anybody. I don't think it has nothing to do with you as a package, but you always look like I'm gonna have to like get your attention to talk to you. And some people just don't feel like that.
You know what?
Sherika looks like she's looking and making eye contact. You're not.
No.
Because you're thinking about the book that you're gonna read.
And for me, that's different. I'm not looking for the broad that's digging the scene.
See?
You feel me? Because I'm digging the scene myself.
Right.
Because I'm that cat that's in the corner. I don't even like to meet people. I don't like to mingle. I don't like to fraternize. None of that bullshit. I'd like to sit in a dark corner where you can probably see me, but you really can't. I'm watching out for everything that's going on, close to an exit, back to a wall. A woman like her, I'm about to go fuck with her real quick. And she look nice and quiet, the type of chick I like. Slide on her real quick and see what's good.
But I'm not even. You have met me when I'm with. Okay, so I guess it depends on the situation. Because when I'm comfortable, it's not quiet and mousy at all. There's nothing.
Shit.
Yes.
Wow, I remember that. I know what night you're talking about.
I like to party.
It was live.
That's crazy.
I mean, you know, I am who I am. So I am, if I'm someplace where the majority of the people I don't know, I will, let me sit in the corner, let me mind my business. Hey, how you doing? But when I'm in a place where I'm very comfortable, I am mingling and talking to everybody. But I know all these people. There may be 2 people I don't know, and then I will introduce myself and get to know them. But you know, I let TC tell it. I met him twice. Because he swears he spoke to me at the end of a show that he came to see, and I was like, yeah, all right, bye. And he was like, damn, she's not very nice. She didn't even try to talk to me.
Hence what I just said.
And then we met a few weeks later, we met at a party. I'm like, hi, I'm Amma. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I was like, oh, did we meet before? And he was like, yeah. He said that right there confirmed you were a bitch in my eyes. And I was like, no,
not a bitch, but you just didn't notice me the first time. We were clearly sitting beside each other, but I actually spoke to you.
Yeah.
Right. That's not the first time I've heard that.
We were at a baby shower and all of us spoke to Amma, and I don't think she knew any of us was there.
No.
But she came to the baby shower,
I had
sit
a
at
good
the
time.
table with all of us.
I enjoyed. I didn't say a word
to nobody. I mean,
I remember that.
I mean, I knew all of us were like Coppin students. I was like, maybe she just don't deal with Coppin students.
Yeah,
because she spoke to Kyle and Jason a little bit, but the rest of us, we was like, maybe she's just not that type of person.
I knew Kyle and I knew Jason, and I liked Riga. I knew I liked Riga. So I was like, all right, I'm going to this baby shower. Maybe I can make some friends. And then I didn't say anything to anybody.
There are pictures of her just sitting there. And we like, okay, maybe our jokes just not landing properly.
I couldn't even tell y'all what we talked about. I was just.
You're intimidating to a person who may appear to be like Stello.
May appear.
How is that? How is me being quiet intimidating? I feel like for me, the person who is, hey, what's happening? Yeah, that's the person that's like, why do you know everybody?
Because you're somebody will approach you and be like, hey, what's going on? And you're not picking up the fact that I am looking at you.
Trying to have a conversation.
Right, I'm trying to have a conversation because you'll answer the question and you're back in your space.
So one of my favorite nights, I went out with my homegirl, Tyler, and we had gone to some an Irish pub off of York Road. I can't think of the Tiernan is downtown. I can't think of the name of it.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
We're gonna come back.
No, actually, we are done for this evening. Yeah, babe, I'm about to leave. You held it. That was great. I'm glad you were here because I had to do this by myself. I would have been talking to myself.
He got this. Like
Dude,
I know he likes.
I am horrible at this. Have you not realized? The first interview I did was with Blizz, and that sucked. But yo, this was Weird Radio. I am Rich Uncle Stello, aka Stello Ain't Shit. The Artist Exchange is up next with Nasty Nate and Big Mama Amma. I'm gonna see y'all on Tuesday, man. Peace.
Join the club that gives you stuff. Hey, thanks! Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right